Welcome back, everyone. We've got another ProTech, and as usual, not always, this is a brand new one that was loaned in by my good buddy Gil over at Wild About Sporting Goods. Promo code and link down in the description. Thank you, Gil, for being such a really just a great supporter of the channel. It means a lot to me. So thank you. So this is a ProTech. This is the Response 5 Auto. And here is the exact part number and a little bit of information about it. Not a huge knife, but not a tiny knife. It's actually a pretty decent size. And I love the blue. The blue, let's just zoom in and kind of take a close look at it, and then we'll go through the specs, okay? It's a nice stonewash blade. ProTech does a really good job with that, and they come super sharp. You can see there's a little bit of oil around the fire button still because, again, this is brand new and I didn't get everything wiped off, apparently, even though I thought I did. The blue is just a very brilliant, like a royal blue. I love it. Has this, and it's aluminum scales that are anodized. Nice backspacer with a lanyard hole and a very well done, perfect example of a deep carry clip. Flush hardware and a recessed clip. Like, you can't get any better than that. That is just the way to do it. Okay? Not that any of the manufacturers are listening to me because I'm a nobody. I'm just some knucklehead here with a YouTube channel. But this is a very, very nice knife. Very nice size. If we can zoom in the correct way and not go super wide angle because that's annoying. But it fits really well in the hand. It does have that forward finger choil, which, you know, honestly, you guys tell me your thoughts. How often are you choking up and do you need that? Or would you rather just have a sharpening choil like on the waypoint? I think you just lose a lot of blade. You lose a lot of edge material when you have such a big finger choil. I don't know that it's necessarily a requirement or even something that's super beneficial. I don't know. As I'm looking around the table here, I don't know. I never choke up on, I never use my knives this way. I mean, I guess it's cool that you can, but is that really a thing? Please let me know down below. Very curious. This feels really great in the hand. And while it's a smaller blade, it feels like a mid-sized knife, right? It doesn't feel like a full-size knife, of course, but it doesn't feel like a small knife. So let's get into some of the specs. It's 4¼ inches overall to the edge of the backspacer, which does protrude out a little bit. So you're like 4 inches just in handle length. Overall, you're at 7 5/8. And that, again, is to the end of the backspacer. The blade is 3.28, and it's 2.86-inch cutting edge. So you're losing over 1/4 inch, like almost a 1/2 inch. Not quite, but you're losing a lot of blade length, a lot of edge length. It is S35VN, this particular one. Blade thickness is 0.124. Overall thickness is 0.471 minus the clip. And it weighs in at just 3.4 ounces. Now, what I do like about this blue is it's not a chalky finish. And I don't remember on the other ones that I've had that are black. I think some of those have been chalky. And this blue is not. And that's a very common thing with aluminum handled knives that I have handled, is there's some chalkiness. Now there is a safety, which will keep that from deploying, but because it's a recessed button, if I were to carry this, I would likely not carry it with the safety. But that's me. So the safety does not deploy when the knife is open, so it's not going to work as a like an external lock, right? Sometimes on automatic knives, you'll have the safety be able to engage when the knife is open, which stops you from pushing the button to close the blade. So this one doesn't do that. It only works in the closed position is the only time that it is effective. Okay? Fires like nobody's business, which is pretty common with a lot of Protects. And Bokers also hit really hard. So really great there, and these come extremely sharp. So let's do a couple size comparisons with the Sharpie. Since we had it out already, the Quiet Carry Waypoint, which is a little dirty because I just did some unboxings and I used this knife. Because I do carry and use my knives. Spider Godelica, which is also a bit dirty because I've used it for unboxings. Something that just happens to be on the table because I actually carried it today is this Old Dominion Knife Works Mini EDC Cleaver. So you can see here that it's smaller overall than the Protec. It's much taller or wider in this dimension, if you will. But also very cool. So it was here on the table, so I figured what the heck. And how about a Kubi KB237? One of my favorite budget knives for sure. Speaking of budget, the Protec is on the Wild About Sporting Goods website is $225. Use a promo code, get 10% off. It makes it, relatively worthwhile. So, yeah, I think that this is a good price for what you're getting. Pretty awesome, honestly. And as far as automatics go, I like this one. I don't need a huge automatic, right? If I'm going to have an automatic, I don't necessarily need a big 3.5, 4-inch blade. My automatics, I want to be a little bit smaller, I think, just in general. So this is a great size automatic for me if I was looking for another automatic. So let me know your thoughts down below, specifically on the finger choils, because I'm really interested to hear what the general consensus thinks. All right? Thanks a lot, everyone. I do greatly appreciate your time. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.